Hello everyone, welcome to my item Asylum tier list. Now, my opinions are the only correct opinions, so you guys cannot say otherwise. First up on the list, we got Bat Sword. So if you were here in the Halloween tier list, or what? If you were here during the Halloween update, you could buy the Bat Sword for I think 150 candies, and candies were pretty hard to get. But Bat Sword, like in combat, Bat Sword is really good, because whenever you use the lunge attack and then you swing a few times, the player's dead with just 100 health. So I'll put this in 8+. It's a pretty good weapon. Next up, we got Knuckle Blaster. Knuckle Blaster is a pretty good weapon because the explosion does like 80 damage max, I'm pretty sure. So the normal like punching thing only does like 10 damage. So all of that combined does like at least 90 damage. I'll put that in A- personally. Now Idaho is a newer ranged weapon. I think this is a good, like a balanced weapon, because it does like 20 damage plus burn, and you could rocket jump with this. So I think I'll put this at B+. It does, yeah. Now Appetizer. Appetizer is a decent miscellaneous. It heals you for like, I don't know, like 50 or something like that. So we'll put that at B tier, just because it's funny. Now Main Course is way better because it heals you for like 100 health, I'm pretty sure. But it gives you like bleed for like half a second. It's still better than Appetizer because it gives you a lot more health. Now we got Californian Friday. Fun fact about this miscellaneous, when it's Friday in California, it does like 25 extra damage. This weapon is really good. Now the eye patch is kind of, it's an interesting trade-off, because you can't really see with it because it covers like half of your screen with just nothingness. But it gives you a good damage boost, so I might put it in B-, just because it's annoying to use sometimes. Okay, now Frightened Sheep is a really good miscellaneous. It decreases your jump height by 15, but it increases your speed by 12, which is an insane boost. So that might be our first S tier on our tier list. Mysterious Orange Elixir. Now this is a good miscellaneous, because whenever you drink it, it gives you a bunch of good stats like defense, extra healing over time, and what am I thinking? Although you have to keep drinking it in order for it to fully like use it to your full advantage, so I'm gonna put it in B+. Okay, Pro Golf. Pro Golf is a decent miscellaneous. Its hitbox is really small, but that's okay, because it does a lot of damage, and it flings players like super far. So I'll put it in like B. Now the Man in a Bag, a newer miscellaneous. I find this pretty cool to use, because it does like 30 damage to anyone, although it hurts you. So I might have to put it in B tier. It has a rare chance to throw a tiger, which does like 100 damage, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so then the Legacy Bat Sword. Last time I saw this in a private server, I'm pretty sure it doesn't even do anything. I'll put this straight in D tier. I'm gonna call this the F tier, honestly, because I don't know why the ranking is like this. It's kind of weird. Combat Dummy Summoner, great addition to like testing combos on these guys. So I'll put it in A tier again. Alright, Air. Does 25 damage, small hitbox. It's not that good because it doesn't do anything extra. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. Illusions. Illusions is super good. It's actually one of the like best melees in the game, because every time you swing at somebody with it, it stuns them and they can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna put this in S tier. Now the Illusions Ultra Instinct synergy, where it turns your blade on fire, the extra damage is really good, so I'm gonna put that in front of S tier also. Okay, Armstrong style doesn't do that much good damage. I'm gonna sit back for this one. Armstrong style doesn't do that much good damage, except the RER combo, which does like a fire attack, is pretty decent. Plus the RRE combo, where it makes you like dash. It's fine. I'll put it in B. Okay, Assailant. The SP6 is insanely powerful because it just slams people's heads to the ground. And the auto combo, whatever the main attack is called, it inflicts the curse debuff, which decreases the player's defense. SP3 is good for like getting up to high places too, so it's a decent weapon. Now the axe gives you +3 movement speed. If you figure out the swing rate with the axe, it's actually a really good weapon because it gives you +3 movement speed. It's just really good in general. I'll put it in A tier. Now backhand slap. If any of you guys have ever seen the hitbox on this thing, it is way too powerful. Although it only does like 12 damage, it's still really good for knocking back like enemies. I'll put it in A tier. Now banhammer, each swing does like 40 damage, which is insanely high, plus the smash attack, which does like 70. I'll put that in A+. It's a really good weapon. Oh, I'm gonna be talking a lot. I'm probably gonna have to do like over the span of a few days. Okay, next up we got the bat. Me personally, the hitbox on this weapon isn't too good. That might just be a skill issue for me though. It's decent. You can stun lock people if you have like a speed item, so I'll put it in B tier. Now belt. Belt is good for knocking back people. It does like 20 damage maybe, but I'll put it in B tier. It's not that special. Now the big rock. The big rock is good because the more you hold it, it increases your max life, although it decreases your health. I'll put it in A- just because of the health boost. Okay, birch tree. This must be like a false memory of mine, but I could have sworn I remember the birch tree doing like 1,000 damage at one point. I think that might just be me though. But birch tree, 150 damage. 150 damage is really good too. So A tier. Plus the jump scare, maybe you kill someone. Now board with the nail. It does like 16 damage with the bleeding debuff, but it's not that special. The hitbox is pretty good with it though, so I'll put it in B+. Now the bomb on a stick. This is pretty good. It does more damage to your enemies than you. It still does damage to you, but it still makes you faster. It gives you like +5 movement speed while holding it out. I'll put it in A tier, or A-, I mean. Okay, built different. Built different's really good because it gives you a plus 50% defense boost while you hold it out. Plus the knockback on this thing is insane. It's good for perfect running, like Man of Nature or something like that. So A+, it's really good. Now Buster Sword. Buster Sword's pretty good because the more damage you deal to people, including like other like weapons, like using other weapons like ranged or miscellaneous, you can still increase the limit breaker, which is like 80 damage if you use it on a player. Plus it gives you like +5 speed while holding it out, so it's really good. I might actually put it in S tier because of how good it is. Now the classic stun lock weapon. I've fallen victim to this weapon countless times. I find it annoying, but it's decent. It does like 15 damage maybe. Okay, now the cantaloupe. I think it does like 32 damage at close range. So, and you could throw it too, which isn't that powerful. I might put it in B-. It's just not that special. Okay, now the chair. The chair is really good with its upgrade. The table upgrade is actually really good because it does like 70 damage with like base damage. So plus table, this is like front of A tier. Chaos Saber. So it takes time to equip this, like whenever you pull it out. So I'll put this in A-. Now the comically large utensils. These are all like the same kind of. Most of them just doing knockback and ragdoll. This one has a terrible hitbox. I'm putting this in B-. Okay, the fork is good for knockback. so B plus. And the knife ragdolls and it does good knockback, so I'll put that in A tier. Okay, company weapon. I like this because whenever you're holding the main attack, it gives you +2 speed, plus the sprint, and you can stun lock people, so that's pretty fun. I put this in like A tier. It's pretty fun to use. Now crescendo. The hitbox on this is like atrocious, pretty much, but the dash attack, kind of makes it better. So I'll put that in A tier or A minus. Now Crocky friend. It does good damage at close range, so I'd put it at like A minus again. Now crowbar. Crowbar actually does like 20, I think like 20 damage each swing, and the fire rate is super high. So I might put this in A plus because of how powerful it is. Okay, cultist sword. So the main swing attack is pretty good, plus the heavy attack, which does like maybe I think like 80 damage to people nearby. So I'd put it in like A minus. Voice crack. Da capo. Here's the thing about this weapon. It's not that good because it's extremely close ranged. So without like the trumpet part, I'd put it in B plus because it does like 25 damage each swing with a decent fire rate, which is pretty good. I'd put it in B plus, but with the trumpet plus the super fire second trumpet music, I find it really powerful. So I'd put it like front of A tier, like forever. Okay, Dark Heart. This is definitely another S because every time you hit an enemy, it heals you for like 20 health, and plus that dash and tornado attack still does so much damage. Plus the tornado gives you like +4 speed. Now the Diamond Tester. One of the attacks with Diamond Tester is like it throws the enemies up into the air and freezes them. It's still not that good though. It's a B tier. Now Demo Dagger. This is really good against like zombie players in ZS because you could just keep on hitting them to increase the size of this knife. So I'll definitely put it in A minus. Now Doll Hunter. Doll Hunter's the spinning blade attack. I forgot what it's called. It's really good. It does a lot of damage. So I'll definitely put this in A tier, A plus. Okay, Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is a whole different story. Front of S tier. Actually, it might even be SS. I think, yeah, I'll put it at S tier because the combo does like 144 damage plus ragdoll. It's way too good to even be in the game. Here, let me change this real quick. I'm gonna change this to C. I'm gonna change this to D, and I'm gonna change this to F. Okay, here we go. Now, Energy Sword. So the Energy Sword, the hitbox is very bad with this, and it doesn't do that much good damage, so I might have to put this in C tier. Okay, Esto es el fin. This is, so I used to think this weapon was so bad because of its hitbox. I figured out it's only one hitbox instead of like a constant 20, kind of like backhand slap. That's because the more you hit an enemy, it increases the fire rate of the swing. Plus the rosin shuriken makes it an instant A plus tier because the rosin shuriken does a lot of damage. Okay, Eyelander, whole different story. It does like 52 damage per swing. It's really good because the max like buffs you could get with this is like +1 movement speed and +20 max life every kill, and you can do it up to 5 heads, which is like decapitating people. So this is definitely an S tier. Now we have Fire Axe. Fire Axe is really good whenever you hit headshots. At 250 damage has always been powerful in any mode. So this is front of S tier. Okay, speaking of whole different story, the Fire Axe Ultra Instinct synergy, like if not the best synergy in the game. Plus like what, +16 movement speed? Probably even more while holding it out. And you're literally Patrick Bateman with it. So, truly a Sigma, S for Sigma, truly a Sigma weapon and Ultra Instinct synergy. That's SS right there. Okay, Fish. Fish is really good in some modes because of the knockback and the constant like hitting, although it's annoying to go against, so I'll put it in like B+. Okay, Flag Post. Flag Post is good in a lot of modes like Juggernaut, Boss, TC. So I'll put this in, although the main like swinging with it, like the damage, it's not that good. It does like 10 damage plus bleeding, which is not that good. I'll put it in A tier though because of the defensive and the damage stats, because you could rally with it. Okay, Freezing Point. I think Freezing Point is really good because it has like 4 different attacks. It has its main swing, the pistol rune, and the critical. The critical does like 50 damage plus freeze, like it freezes the enemy, and the pistol rune does like 10 damage at a long range, or sorry, 20 damage at a long range. So I'll put it in A+. It's a really good weapon. Now, Fujin, I don't think I said that right. I apologize. It's not that good because the long range like attack with it isn't that good unless you do it at like a short range. So I might have to put this at B tier. Okay, Giga Chad Fist. This is pretty good because the Giga Punch does like 80 damage. Although you gotta get lucky, kind of lucky to hit it. And the main swinging is like way too powerful. It ragdolls and throws people back. Like you could stun lock people in a corner. And plus you get like +4 movement speed while holding this out. Sorry, +4 movement speed whenever getting a kill with Giga Chad Fist, but only for a limited time. It's still like a A tier though. Now Go Mining. Go Mining has a decent hitbox, decent damage. I find it funny because it just spews Minecraft ores all over the place whenever you hit a player with it. It's a decent weapon. I'll put it in B+. Now Golf Club. Golf Club is really good because it does like 45 damage each swing. Plus you could finish people off if you get them to like 10 health. And so yeah, that might be it. It'll be an A+ tier. It doesn't deserve an S tier. It's not really good, but it is good. Now Hands of Fire. It's got a good hitbox. It lights people on fire whenever you hit them, so it's really good. So I'll put it in A-. Now Hat of Discipline. I don't really know what to say about this weapon. I'll put it in C tier. I don't really care about it. Okay, Hero Blade. Hero Blade's really good because of the different like types. So Hero's Blade is like definitely an A+ tier. It's a really good weapon. Now Hook Kick. The plus like 12 speed that this gives you is pretty good for like movement. Plus the whenever you jump and then you hit a critical hit with the hook kick, it does a lot of damage. It's decent though. It's got a decent hitbox. I'll put it in B+. Jailbird. Jailbird, first I just figured this out. Jailbird does more damage to zombies in CS, which is crazy. I don't know the reference to Jailbird. It has to do with a zombie type of thing. Put it in S tier. It's just really good. There's nothing really bad about this weapon. It's just good. Now Jeff the Killer main. Jeff the Killer might be a C tier. It's just not that good. The plus 10, like the +9 speed is really good while holding it out, but the hitbox is so bad. You do like 9 damage plus bleed damage for like a second. It only does like 13 damage max. Now, Judge. Judge is good because if you have the shake hands with the RNG gods game pass or whatever from Item Asylum, you could get the Judge 10 attack, which does 150. You just gotta get lucky. But it's a decent weapon. Plus, it could start the third trumpet, the bird up with Judge. Same goes with Justicia. It's a really good weapon. I might actually have to put this at S tier. It's really good. Or yeah, S tier. Now Kanabo. This weapon, the weapons like cooldowns are through the roof. It's not that good. It's actually pretty. Whoa, It's actually pretty bad. So I'd actually put this in A-. It would have been B+. Voice crack. It would have been B+ if it wasn't for the parry move. Now Keyblade. Keyblade is such a good melee, so I'd actually put it in A+. It's one of my favorite weapons, personally. Now Killerfish from San Diego. Damage is bad, hitbox is bad, although it has the fish synergy with the pinger, so that's pretty fun. So C tier. When you're trying to like use left click to swing it normally, you have to press R to swing it, but I'd put it in B tier. It's not, it's whatever. Actually no, B. It's not that good. Now Kuno. The more I use it, the more I figure out it's actually a pretty good weapon, because on the third swing, there's like a right swing, a down cut, and then the left swing, which ragdolls the player and poisons them, which is actually pretty good. And the sword does decent damage in general, so A-. Now Lamp, a bird up tool. Although the couch upgrade is actually pretty good for like bosses and ZS, so I'll put it in A-. Now, lawnmower and a stick. The more I play with it, the lawnmower and a stick does a lot of damage at close range. It does like 25 each swing, and the fire rate is like constant. So I'd actually put it in A-. Now Legion Kata. Legion Kata, automatic S tier. I'll explain. Legion Kata, you can roll, or sorry, you could dodge, which is dodges any attack ever. You can parry a lot of times. The parry cooldown is like less than a second, so it's really good. And the main attack is decent, but all of the parry and dodging is just so fun and so good to use. So that's an immediate S tier. Now the Legion Kata boss raid synergies, there's like a whole lot of them. There's like an uncountable amount. I haven't figured out all of them. I've only gotten a few of them. It does like something special, I guess. So it's better than the normal Legion Kata, because it does something better, I guess. Now the Linked Sword. The Linked Sword isn't really good. That's all I have to say. C tier. Okay, loads of money. The hitbox, the damage, absolutely insane. I'll put this in S tier. The plus the Dosh Dance, or the Make It Rain move, I forgot it got changed. It does so much damage to players. It's just such a comical weapon. It's just really good. So London, the +6 movement speed, really good. Plus the bleed debuff, really good. So I'll put it in A+. And all the fire rate of London too. You don't even need an auto clicker for this. It's just really good. Now Lucille. Lucille is pretty good. If you figure out like the hitboxes of it, you can actually stun lock people. The bleed attack, the overhead, which is kind of like Fire Axe but way slower. I put Lucille in front of B+. It's decent. Now Mad Murderer. Thing is, with Mad Murderer, if you kill someone with the Mad Sheriff gun, you could do like a percentage of health. You could do like 10,000, 10 million, a crazy amount of health. Now Mango on a Fork. Mango on a Fork, you can eat it and it gives you like +30 health, which is pretty nice. And the bleed debuff when it's just fork, instead of just Mango on a Fork. It's pretty good because Mango on a Fork does knockback, but just the fork does bleeding damage and no knockback. I put it in A- just due to the healing counterpart and the good hitbox. Now Marketable Port, literally one of the worst weapons in the game. I'm not even going to explain. Hitbox is terrible, damage is terrible. Okay, Masamune, absolute S+ tier. I'm calling this S+. I'm not calling it SS each time. Yeah, so Masamune, the revive, the insane hitbox, 45 damage each swing, so good. I don't know. No further explanation. Masamune, one of the best weapons in the game. Okay, next up is Moonwalker. So Moonwalker, when it came back in the Halloween update, it was pretty good to like evade every single attack in the game, because you had +70 jump height, +23 movement speed, or sorry, yeah, you would have like 70 jump height and like 22 movement speed. Way too overpowered. It was basically a 10-hour burst, but way better. Although it got removed again as of like mid-January. So JPX, make up your mind. Dang. Nichiren sword. This is pretty good. The +3 movement speed while holding it out is decent. The fire debuff with every single attack is pretty good. The raging sun attack, the spinning attacks are all pretty good. It doesn't do that much good damage, but it's still pretty good, so I put it in A-. Now, Night Reaper. Night Reaper is definitely an S. Let me explain. The what is it called? +6 movement speed. The double jump and the fire rate of the weapon is so good. You could kill anyone with this. Okay, Painted Sword. I'm not even kidding. This is one of the most like worth it perfect run items. Dude, the charge attack does like 80 damage max, and each swing does like 35, and the fire rate is still pretty good. It's like plus the purple effects of swinging it is really cool too. So this is automatically S+. Now, Pearl Scythe. This is pretty fun because of each swing it lets you dash, plus the pearls, you can shoot pearls at people, does decent damage. At close range it like homes into them. I'd put this in A. It's a pretty good weapon. Pipe. Okay, the pipe does a lot of damage, it's just not that worth to use, so I put it in B+. Yeah, or you know what, front of B. Okay, we're almost getting into the range weapons. This is gonna get fun. Pool Noodle. So the Pool Noodle, you could stun lock people. It does like 12.5 damage from what I remember. It's not that good though. The hitbox is pretty bad. Plus it like messes with your character because... Anyways, yeah, B. That's a B for me. Now Poser's Katana. Poser's Katana is an immediate A+. So the counter attack is really good. It does like 60 damage, and the step slash does like 30. Each swing, on like the third swing, you do like a lot of damage. Anyways, it's just really good. Protest. Protest is so bad. Terrible damage. Although it stuns the enemy. I'll put it in B tier. Plus it says things, like funny things too, on the sign. Now, Random Rumble, you could stun people and do like 200 damage super quickly. The fire rate's really good. I put it in A tier. Not much else to say. Okay, Real Knife. Real Knife is an automatic S, because on like I think 9 kills puts you at level 20 with your kills, and you get to have the True Love revive thing, which gives you plus 50 health and like extra damage with your Real Knife. It's really good. Now the Real Knife Ultra Instinct is way better because it gives you an extra like plus 6.9 base damage with your Real Knife, which is a lot of damage, so that's pretty good. Now Rebellion, you could just stun lock people with the million stabs attack with the Rebellion. It's pretty good because you could dash with the third swing in the Rebellion, so I'll put it in A tier. I think it's a good weapon. Rikiri Axe. Terrible. Okay, Roller's pretty good because the lower your health is, the quicker the swinging becomes. So I'd actually put this in A tier. And Rusted Coin Scythe. See, now I actually put this at B tier, but the Siphon Strike, I just found out that it heals you every time you hit an enemy with that, so I'll put it in B+. Now, Scimitar. It's good because every time you swing it, you dash. The damage is decent. I think it does like 19 damage. I'll put it in A-. The Scythe. Scythe is pretty quick. It does like 9 damage each swing, I think. I'd put it in B+, maybe. Sakare. Sakare is good because on the third swing, it's ragdolls the player. I think each swing stuns the player too, and it inflicts the curse debuff. So it's a pretty good weapon, I must say. Now the Shadow Axe. Shadow Axe way better than Sakare. I'll actually put it in A+. It's a really good weapon. Okay, Shine is good because you can block any attack in the game with this. You just gotta time it absolutely perfectly. It's like using it against somebody like with damage. It only does like 5 damage, so I'll put this in a B+. Okay, Simon's Book. Simon's Book is pretty good because the constant like burning attack, it does like 10 damage plus the burn debuff. I'll put it like A tier. It's pretty good. Okay, we got the Skateboard. Skateboard only does like 5 damage, but it gives you +4 movement speed, which is a nice movement item. Plus the Superman spin combo does like 15 damage if it hits someone, if you do hit someone. I'll put it in B tier. Okay, Small Sword. This is good because it gives you +6 movement speed once again. I think it gives you +5. I don't know. Small Sword is good because you do like 65 damage plus the upgrade item too, which is really good. I'll actually put that in A+. Okay, Smile, hands down S+. The merging, the eating the bodies, the vomit attack, the in search of corpses attacks, the +4 base movement speed while holding it, really good. Insanely good. The music is a bop too whenever you reach first trumpet. Okay, Solemn Lament. This is pretty good because whenever you use Eternal Rest, the fire rate is like through the roof. So this is definitely going to be A+ for me because the curse debuff is really good. Plus it just looks really cool to use. The Spork, the fire rate on the Spork is decent. The bleed debuff is fine. The damage is good. I'll put it at A-. No. I'll put it like B+. Okay, Starlight. Starlight, hands down S tier. The fire rate, it's actually automatic, kind of like Michael P, but you gotta control where you use it. It's a really good weapon. Okay, yeah. Well, Starlight boss raid. I don't think this does anything. It just makes your boss raid rainbow. Although the Starlight Ultra Instinct synergy, where it makes your attacks do like extra damage afterwards, is super good. I'll put that like right behind Illusions. No, right in front of Illusions. Yeah. Deserves it. Okay, Stick. Stick is good. The damage per second does like 25 damage each like poke. Plus it gives you +5 speed while holding it. It's a really good weapon. It's a really good melee. Okay, Spy. Spy is a decent stun lock weapon. The damage is fine. It's a pretty funny weapon. I'll put it in A-. Okay, Stop Sign. The hitbox is horrendous with this, but it does like 25 damage each swing. I'll put it in B. Okay, Sugarcoat. Sugarcoat, classic. I'll put it in A+. You just stun lock people with it. Okay. Now, Sun on a Stick. Sun on a Stick, it does like 15 damage per swing, I think. I'll put it in A tier. That's about it for that. But if you hit somebody with Sun on a Stick while they're on fire, it does like 150 damage to them each swing. So that's definitely an S. That's pretty freaking good. Super Scuffle. +20 jump height while holding it. Pretty good. The hitbox is really bad with this, so I'd put it in B+. Switchblade. Switchblade is decent. Plus the bleed damage, that's pretty good. I'll put it in B+. Tactical Fighting Techniques is one of my personal favorite weapons. It's going to be an S for me. It's just so fun to use the stun with every single attack. The Garage Barrage, the Spin of Pain, it does so much damage. Okay, Tonto, the Grapple and the Shadow Rush attack is pretty good. Plus the Ragdoll with the 5th hit of Tonto is pretty good. Now the Dang, you can do so much things with the Dang. So I'd actually put this in front of A+ because of the oh, what is that? What is that final, like, what's that ultimate move called? With the I forgot. Sorry. Now, the man on a leash. It's fine. I'd put it in B+. It's whatever. Now the sink. If you hit a player, it does like 80 damage, and you could stun lock them if you get lucky, so that's A+. Although if you miss it, you don't do that much damage. I mean, you get stunned for like 5 seconds. It's pretty bad. Okay, torch. Another bird up material. It's better than lamp. Where did I put lamp? No idea. It's definitely A tier because of the burn. It's pretty good. Okay, travel. Travel, the hitbox is fine, the damage is not that good though. So I'll put it in B tier. Okay, TV salesman. Automatic C tier. Here's why. The hitbox, just like SOS Delphine, wherever I put it, yeah, right here. It only has like one singular hitbox when using it, plus the cooldown is like 5 seconds, it's really long. Although it like flings the player whenever you hit them, it's still not that good though. So C tier. Now, uncertified tenderizer. I haven't perfect ran the uncertified boss, but I've got it from a Fortnite card before, and it is pretty powerful. So I might actually, I hope I use it again sometime in the future. For now, I'm putting it in A+. I know it's good because it does insane knockback plus bleeding. That's pretty good. Now, Uncle Dane. Uncle Dane is good fire rate. Hitbox is okay. I'll put it in B+. Plus the synergy, hilarious with this, with the Ultra Instinct. Now, Vampirism. It's interesting. It's an interesting weapon. I'll put it in front of A-. It, you can kidnap people and suck their blood and heal from them. Although they can escape from you and ragdolls you, so they could have a chance to kill you. So make sure to kidnap someone when they're at low health. Okay, Vinland daggers. Hitbox on this is pretty bad. Although the pressure points attack does like 80 damage, which is a lot. I'll put it in like B+. Now, Wallace's hammer. +4 speed while holding it. The more times you hit a person, it increases the fire rate of the weapon, which is pretty hilarious. It's a pretty good weapon though. I'll put it in A-, because it does like 20 damage each swing. So yeah. Now the wand. Wand is an automatic S tier. Fling a person off the map, you know, instantly killing them. I have to stand up. Sorry. And you know, it only does like 10 damage, but you can fling someone off the map, which instantly kills them. So that's pretty good. Now Yamato. +10 jump height when holding this out. The infinite judgment cut is one of the best attacks you could do in the game. There is your eternal reward. Whenever you backstab someone, you do like 250 damage, and you can steal their identity. It's a pretty good weapon, I must say. Now, Zyhop. Zyhop is a automatic S tier because all the attacks are so good. The Hapu Hapu hammer, there's like 5 different attacks with this weapon instead of Yamato having like 3, or Real Knife having 3 at max. Zyhop is 5. It has the Hapu Hapu hammer, I think that's what it's called. Sorry. There's the home run attack, there's the spin attack, I forgot what it's called. Okay, I was actually waiting to rate this. Zyhop Ultra Instinct Synergy. This is a S+. It makes all the comboing so much faster. The Hapu Hapu hammer, the band hammer, actually turns into a big error, and it instantly kills any humanoids, which is crazy. It's just such a good thing. It's S+ though. So 9mm. 9mm, it's a decent range weapon, but the micro SMG is really good. So I'll put it in A-. Okay, AirPod Shotty. AirPod Shotty is an automatic S tier. Damage at close range is like 104, which is insane. The 2 bullets plus flying in the air while shooting it Super good. Okay, America. It's such a hilarious weapon. I'll put it in A tier. It does 1,000 damage to somebody plus ragdoll and knockback. Although it kills you too during the process. It's still really good though. I'll actually put it in B+. Okay, Anchor from the Sky. I have this item. So Anchor from the Sky is actually a decent range weapon. Because the dock attack, which like throws the anchor from the sky, which is literally what it is, it has a chance to summon a Ouija minion to fight for you, which is pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie. A tier. Okay, APC, A S tier. Like both of these combined, they're still really good. Okay, Apparition. Apparition's not that good. It's kind of hard to hit it. Only does 35 damage. Okay, Asteroid. Asteroid is decent in general, but the full attack instantly bumps it up to an A+ because of the full attack move. Asylum Treasury Key. Asylum Treasury Key is not that good. I'm putting it in B+. Okay, the Bible. Bible is really good. I'll put that in A+. Black Hole Ray Gun is really good when you're killing someone with really low health, because anyone around you gets sucked into the black hole that it spawns, so I'll put it in S tier. It's pretty good. Now Blaster, the more I use this, it's actually one of the best range weapons in the game. I'll put it in A tier. Like in the range section, I'll put it in A+. Okay, Bottle. Bottle, trash. Bow. The bow is fine. It does like 43.5 damage plus ragdoll. It's fine. It's a fine weapon. Bowl of Delectable Food. I'll put this in A-. The Bowl Blast attack is decent. It does like 60 damage to nearby players. That's fine. Okay, Brimstone. Brimstone, I know they buffed the hitbox, but it's still such a bad range weapon. It's one of the worst in my opinion. Okay, British Bazooka. British Bazooka is actually pretty good if you hit your shots. So I'm gonna put this at A-, because the teacup doing 45 damage and the biscuit doing like 15 plus ragdoll, it's pretty good. Okay, Canadian Riot, 45 damage I think plus ragdoll is an automatic B+. It's decent. Players can trip over it. It's not just like a one-time projectile. Okay, now the Settle. Settle is pretty good. It does a lot of damage in a long range. It does like 60 damage. But the Shadow Gun at close range does like 70 damage. The synergy with Legion Kata or the Blade. So the Shadow Gun is definitely better than the normal Settle. So yeah. Chicago. Chicago is the best for any mode. It's definitely an S tier for me. Because of the constant damage. No reloading, no nothing. It's just constant damage. Okay, China Lake. China Lake is pretty good. It does a lot of damage, but it's fine. Christmas. Christmas is a good range weapon. It's insane for Juggernaut. You could destroy a Juggernaut with 2 people with Christmas, for example. It's a pretty good weapon. Now Cinder Block. If you hit your shots, it's one of the best weapons in the game. Although, it's pretty bad in general, but for me, like in my experiences, it's a pretty good one for me. Pretty good weapon, so A+. Copper Wire Wrapped Rock. It's not that good. Even if you hit somebody with a metal weapon in their hand, it's still not good. It's not that good. Now Crossbow. If you hit a headshot with the crossbow, now the Daratango influence. What the? Okay, the Daratango influence, it's not that good. The cooldown is terrible. It's just whatever, it's whatever. Okay, Dinner Blaster, it's actually pretty good. The fire rate is really good. I'll put that there. Distressed Red Ball. The fire rate is fine, but the damage is not that good. I'll put it in B+. Okay, now the DVD logo, literally, I hate it. I hate it so much with a passion. I'm sorry. The hitbox is so bad. It's just terrible. 35 damage is not enough for a terrible weapon like this. I'm sorry. Okay, Earth Tome is very nice because you could summon a golem. Plus the damage at close range is like 80 each like use. Because like the 25 defense, the tree, and the golem is all really good for me. Like to me. So I'm gonna put that in S tier. Ebony and Ivory. Ebony and Ivory automatically S tier. Because the demonic infusion inflicts bleeding and it does like ×2 bullet damage. It's so good. It's just really good. Plus the rainstorm attack is really good for close range. But this, the Ebony and Ivory Ultra Instinct synergy, so much better than that. Because it makes your demonic infusion like 2 times longer, like for the shots at S tier. Really good. Etymology. For me, Etymology is an S tier because the fire rate, once you figure out the fire rate, you could kill a player in like 9 shots. It's at like mid-range. It's really good. Now, Fantasy Seal homes into players. It shoots out 5 little orbs to chase after players. It does like 35 damage max. It's decent for comboing. I'll put it in A tier. Now, Flying Guillotine. It's so hard to hit people with Flying Guillotine. Plus, it only does like 65 damage plus bleeding. So it's not that good. I'll put it in A-. If you hit it, it does a lot of damage, but it's kind of hard to hit. Okay, the football. The ragdolling is fine, but it's just not that good. Okay, the for real. Not that good. Kind of hard to hit people. Although if you hit a headshot, it does, I think, like 130 damage. It's insane. Okay, Freeze Ray. Freeze Ray, it freezes players, but it only does 10 damage. Not that good. Okay, Grand Javelin. Grand Javelin is a A-. It's a decent weapon, but Grand Volley is a S tier for me. It's just so good like that. Because the 4 javelins is insane. One of the better perfect run items. Okay, Grass Whore. So the Grass Whore, it's fine. If you could actually stun people if they're in all of the explosions of the Grass Whore, so I'll put in A-. It does good damage. Now Hitman. Hitman is a D. No explanation needed. Honey Bun. What in the world? Why is it doing that? Honey Bun is cool. It trips players. It ragdolls them for like a second. Less than a second. It lights them on fire too. Kind of like throwing molten honey buns at homeless people. I'll put it at A. Hound is a really good weapon. The lead bullet plus the homing projectiles is really good because like during bosses like Trash Gang or Ouija, it does a lot of damage to each enemy. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good for like anything. Okay, now HS010. In most situations, this is a really good gun. Plus the recent PSI strike attack with it, which like disintegrates people's bodies if you kill them with the PSI strike, which is crazy. So this is definitely A tier. It's pretty good. Now Hyper Laser. The area of effect on this is insane. If you're in a if you're in a public server and you get Hyper Laser, you're most definitely going to out-damage literally everyone. So this is definitely going to be an S tier for me. Intervention. Literally S+. The quick scoping is so good. 100 damage each quick scope. Plus that one kit called the FD. What is it called? The FD God? Something like that? That's S+ for me. It's just so fun to use intervention. Especially in Elim, like flat maps in Elim, you could get all the kills. Now, iPod, the stun is cool for combos. The damage is not that good. I'll put it in B+. Kentucky, auto clicker goes hard, A-. King Tusks, this is pretty bad. The damage is pretty good, but it's not that good. It's really hard to hit people with it. Lethal shotgun. Lethal shotgun. One of the best ranged weapons in the game. If you get close to an enemy, they're dead. Not even kidding. It's way too overpowered. Lightning harp crossbow. This is good. If you hit your shots, it's actually a pretty good weapon. For me personally, this is an A+. The lightning harp crossbow. Yeah. Okay, Lynette. Not even kidding. Everyone would agree. This is a S+. The Seto attack with this is way too good. The Sonito counter, way too good. The base damage, they buffed it like twice. They buffed it from like 20 to 25 to 30. Absurd weapon. One of, if not the best ranged weapon in the game. Love Struck, D tier. Okay, M1911. If you figure out the fire rate with this, it's actually one of the best ranged weapons, including the Mad Noob shotgun. Really good. That's S tier for me. Okay, Macrowave. Macrowave is good for combos. Kind of like that one kit called like the whole kitchen or something. That with sync is like insane. I'll put this in A- due to the ragdolling and the stunning. Now Mad Sheriff of Mad Murder. It's pretty good in most situations. Okay, Makarov, however you say it, is a A- for me because the consistency is just such good damage with 8 bullets in the gun. It's really good. Now, Marksman Revolver is so good in every situation. I'll put it in S tier. The coin flip is so good for that. Now, the Megaphone. Megaphone is good for comboing people. So I'll put it in. The damage isn't that good, so I'll put it in A-. Now Meteor is pretty good. It does more damage than Asteroid and Hound. I think Hound does more. I lied. Sorry. Meteor does a lot of damage, is what I'm trying to say, and it explodes people. Although it's really easy to explode yourself. Still though, that's A tier for me. Okay, Michael P, but it's A+ because of the constant damage. It's pretty good. You can steal everyone's kill with it in maps like Asylum or something else. Okay, now we have the Milk. Milk is an S tier for me. It has always been such a good weapon. It's just pretty good. Okay, Misery is a D tier for me. I know it does 25 damage. The fire rate is terrible. It's hard to hit people with it. It's just not that good. So, okay, Moscow. I would put Moscow at an A-, but the fact that it gives you extra health sometimes is a A. It's a good ranged weapon, honestly. Okay, the Nokia, C tier. Good for comboing people, maybe. Okay, the Nut, the Walnut is B tier for me. It does insane damage to zombies though, so B+. Now the Pants. Pants is a C tier. It does good damage, it's just really hard to hit people with. The Pineapple, B tier. Man, these are all terrible weapons. Pinger, actually B tier. It's kind of easy to hit people with. Pirate Sidearm is a S tier. It's like kill stealing simulator with pirate sidearms on like flat and open maps. The treasure burst attack is so good with this. 25 damage each bullet is way too crazy. It's super good. Okay, Pixel Gun plus Pixel Rifle is actually okay. So Pixel Gun by itself, I think we'll actually get into it. Yeah, here's the upgrades. Sorry. Pixel Gun, it's pretty inaccurate, so I'm gonna have to put it at B+. It's not that good. The damage isn't powerful. Okay, PM9 Evil Gun is an S tier. Extremely accurate. The fire rate is random, which is fun. Okay, Puffer Gun. The poison is cool. It's really hard to hit people with, so for me, it's a D. Okay, Realistic MP5. If you get lucky, this is the best ranged weapon in the game. For any boss, against Juggernaut, against any player, it's insane. Okay, now Rebar. Rebar is fine. It's easy to hit people with if you just spam it. It's a spammable weapon. Okay, Roulette Shotgun. B tier. Sorry. Scrumptious Beverage. If you hit people, it does 50 damage, so it's pretty good. You could stun people too. A tier. Shopping Cart. Not that good. C tier. Small Pebble. Not that good. D tier. Spear. You could combo people, I guess. B tier. Spinbot. It's actually a really good range weapon. I'll put this in A tier. Now SSG. Yes. SSG right under MP5. Amazing range weapon. Plus the upgrade with the op. It's so easy to get the op because of how easily you can get kills if your aim is good with the SSG. Okay, Stomp. Stomp is spammable, sadly, and people abuse that sometimes, so it's kind of hard to deal with. So yeah, Stomp is definitely going in A-. It's decent. Suppressed Pistol. The thing people don't realize about Suppressed Pistol, if you figure out the fire rate, it's one of the best range weapons in the game. Not just the Suppressed Mac 10 upgrade. Suppressed Pistol by itself is way too good. Okay, Supreme Brick. Supreme Brick is decent. I'll put it in B. I'll put it in B+. Taser. Taser's super good. I'll put this in A+ because you could combo people with it. The Man is a C tier. It's not that good. Throwing Dart. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a F tier for me. I've just never used it to its advantage. It's just not that good to use personally. Okay, Trench Shotgun. Trench Shotgun is really good. I'm putting this at A+. Now, Unrelenting Force is the hitbox is not that good. It's barely a ranged weapon. This should be a miscellaneous weapon at this point. I'm putting this at D tier. Vampire Knives. Dude, are you serious? Vampire Knives S+. Against bosses or Juggernaut, you are invincible with Vampire Knives. Even in player versus player combat. It's just way too good. Okay, Virtuoso. Virtuoso for me is such a good weapon. Every time I get it in free-for-all, I get at least like a 15 streak. I'm putting this in S+ personally. Plus in support in a TC mode, Virtuoso is so good. Okay, Watermelon Cooler is a C tier. It's good. It's good damage. It's kind of hard to hit. I'll put it in B. Okay, What the Rock is Cooking. It inflicts a lot of debuffs, so I'm actually gonna put this in A+ because it ragdolls people too. It's pretty good. Now, Eatable Port. I'm afraid it's a D tier. Not that good. Anyways, Zapper. Zapper is a pretty good range weapon. I'll put it in A tier. If you combo people while they're in the air, you can do a lot of damage, like 70 damage max. Team Trees. Team Trees, no one ever uses it to its full advantage. I put this in C tier. Okay, 10-hour Burst. One of the best, if not the best, movement weapons in the game. 10-hour Burst, so good. Okay, a Singular Punch is super good. Super good. Okay, Abyssal Scream. It has a small hitbox, but it's pretty good to use against players. I'll definitely put this in A tier because the curse debuff lasts for so long against players. Okay, All Expenses Paid Free Island. This is one of the best miscellaneouses because it gives you any IL gun. You can get from the Gatling gun to the trash revolver. Amulet of the White King. If you successfully use this, it's the best miscellaneous item. One of the best. Okay, Anvil and Propane, it's not that good. It's so hard. The odds of it actually hitting somebody is very low. So, whatever. Okay, the Apple. So, Apple is a C tier. It's not that good of a healing item. It turns into the Death Note. Eventually, I guess. I've seen it happen in a public server, but I've never had it happen to me, though. Okay, the Arrow. Any stand plus 150 health is so desired. I'm putting that in S+. Okay, Asher Senku can dodge any attack, so I'm actually putting this in S tier. It's a really good miscellaneous. Now we have Audacity. The hitbox on this is actually pretty good. The stun is insane on this. I'll put it at A tier. Banana, plus 50 health, simple. Extra health is always nice, A-. Backwards long jump, or BLJ, it's actually pretty good to like run away from people, so I'll put that in A-. Now the bomb is definitely an A+. It's just no explanation needed. Okay, bonk. The like 10 seconds of invincibility is pretty good. Although do not drink this while you're ragdolled, or else your character will be glitched until the thing is over. So this is definitely an A for me. Now borrow. Borrow, you can steal anything with borrow. I'll put this in S tier, right here. Now boss raid. There's a lot of synergies with boss raid. 50 health is always nice. I'll put that with S. Brass monkey, literally useless. Bit of studs. It's really bad. It's so hard to actually hit people with that. Camera, it's not that good. It's kind of hard to hit people with that too. You gotta get pretty close. Although it stuns them and blinds them, so that's pretty good. I won't lie. B+. Car that doesn't work, useless. Cardboard cutout flopper, it's useless, but it's a flopper, so E tier. Okay, Casey Buck's coffee, one of the best speed items in the game. S tier. Cheeseburger, I'm gonna be a one-man. It's a decent healing ammo. I'll put cheeseburger at A-, decent healing item. Good. That's a good healing item. I'll definitely put that at A tier. Chalky milk. Chocolate milk increases your health by 60 max. I've always loved this item. I'll put that at S+. Or I'm sorry, S tier. Okay, cleave. Cleave is good for like a finisher or just like comboing somebody. Let me put this here. Okay. So yeah, cleave is definitely an A tier for me. Decent. Cloud in a bottle. A double jump. Very cool. A+. Comedic banana peel. It's so useless. You can even trip your teammates in team modes. So I'm putting that at F tier. Alright, consumable port. It's not that good, but the plus 200 health over time is fine. It's pretty good. Alright, contractor judgment. Great for comboing somebody. I actually like this weapon a lot, so that's S tier right there. Cross pendant. You could get any holy weapon, any faith weapon, so I'm putting this at S tier. Plus the plus 10 defense. Plus 10% defense is always nice too. Okay, data miner. It's kind of like a gamble, so I'll put it at B+. You either get good stuff or bad stuff. Okay, dead. Sorry. So dead is a really good item. It decreases your health by 15, but gives you plus 6 movement speed, so that's pretty nice. Okay, Death Note. Death Note? Dude, you could just kill someone. Are you kidding me? Just end somebody. It's literally S+. Okay, deployable chicken. You can't forget about the chicken. That's S for me. Deployable Joel. It's good. It's kind of hard to hit people with it. I'll put it at A2 though. It's pretty good. Deployable SCP. Don't look at this or else you're probably dead. Distraction. This is good because you can just run away from somebody while they can't see you. So I'll put that at A+. Okay, doorbell. You'd think this is bad because it's just like a timed mine, but if you actually place it next to somebody, it actually explodes quicker, and it does like 200 damage. It's really good. Yeah. Okay, the dunk. Dunk is always one of the best miscellaneous, so I'll put that at S tier. Yeah, Dwarfer is pretty good. Plus 2 movement speed and plus 25 defense. That's absurd. That's definitely a S tier for me, just because of the defense. Okay, energy drink, you're invincible for like 15 seconds, I think, maybe shorter. The cooldown is like at least 2 minutes. You gotta get pretty lucky to use this to its full advantage. I'll put it A minus. Fire Force, it's kind of a gamble. You gotta have a good weapon to actually use Fire Force well. I'm putting this at the top of A. I'll actually put this at A plus. All the stats it gives you is really good. Okay, Fission. If you use Fission to its full advantage, it's really good. It's one of the better miscellaneous items. Okay, Flashbang. Flashbang is decent, so I put it at B. Okay, Fortnite card. Here's the thing. I'd put it at S plus, but you can get anything at the top of S tier. I'll say that. Yeah, Fox Devil in Elim, Fox Devil is too good. Fox Devil in general was pretty fun to use though. Okay, Franklin Badge, you could deflect the Death Note, but that... Tell me, has that ever happened? I mean, there is an achievement for it, and a couple, like, 1,000 people have it, but I've never seen that happen. I've never had someone reflect it. Frog on a Leash, it's literally useless, I'm pretty sure, so I'm putting that there. Fumo. This just helps with life regen. It just heals you a little bit each click. This is spammable, so I've never actually used this to its full advantage. I put this at B tier. Okay, Gender Reveal. I remember when this thing used to do the same amount of damage as the Bob-em, or I'm sorry, I'll just call it the Bomb. I hate calling it Bob-em. This is definitely S tier because it's instant use. You can even use it while you're ragdolled, which is crazy. But now it only does like 150 damage plus burn. A Granola Bar. It's like the worst healing item. Yeah. Grenade. The cooldown is only like 30 seconds, which is way less than the Holy Hand Grenade. So I'm putting this in A tier. That's pretty good. Okay, the Fighter Jet. It has a chance to kill somebody. I'll put it in D tier. It's not terrible, because you can actually interact with it somehow. I think I saw a YouTube video where Hamonic Blade does twice the damage to somebody with vampirism, which is crazy to think about. I'm putting this in A tier just because of the ragdolling and the damage it does. It's Harmonica, plus 15 health, pretty simple. Pretty good though, I must say. Okay, Head Bomb. This is pretty bad. It does like 80 damage max to somebody. I'm putting this at F tier. Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart's really good. I'm definitely putting this at A tier. Holy Hand Grenade. Yeah. That's S tier, because 150 damage plus Holy Flames. Way too much damage to somebody. Holy Mantle stays with you for like a couple lives. Personally, gonna put this in S+. It's way too good. It's super good. Okay, Honk. Honk is such a weird weapon. I'd put this in B tier. It's sometimes fun to use, maybe. Hot Rod Rider. When I got this from a present in the Christmas mode, this was insane. I'm putting this at S tier. Yeah. Okay, Ice Cream Treat. I'm not even kidding. This is like the best parry item. The best like block item that you could ever use. It does 52 damage, plus Curse debuff, plus Fire debuff. It does so much stuff. Not even kidding. Okay, Infinite Welfare is it does a lot of damage, but it's a pretty bad miscellaneous. Okay, Jackson. Jackson is good. It gives you some extra health because of the fedora. I think it's a fedora, right? The hat. Where's the... Okay, Joy. Joy is pretty good. in some situations, so I'll put that there. But the Joy Mutant is super good. I am gonna put this in S tier though. Actually, no, yeah, the thing with Joy, I'm actually moving Joy to S tier because there's a rare chance for the Overjoyed effect to happen, which after the Overjoyed effect has happened, it doesn't decrease your stats at all. Overjoyed gives you like plus 10 movement speed, plus 100 defense, happy music plays, it's just really good. Okay, Judgment is a bird up material. If you actually use this weapon to its full advantage, it's one of the best miscellaneouses. I'll put this at top of A+. Okay, Juice that makes your head explode. It's kind of a gamble, because if you drink it, you die instantly. Because, you know, juice that makes your head explode. I'll put this in B tier. Although the Synergy, which is in Kit, you can only get it in Kit modes, is actually an A tier. Because you almost never drink the juice with the Synergy, so it's pretty good. Like, it's like a less than 3% chance, I think. Okay, Kogatana. This is actually one of the best parry weapons in the game, so I'll definitely put this up here with S tier. Ladder. Ladder, it's not useless because you can get up to kind of high places, maybe, I guess. So, like bottom of B tier, probably. Okay, Loot. Loot is good in all situations. If you want to be friendly and free for all, if you want to heal your teammates during bosses or Juggernaut, or, you know, for like TC support, it's really good. S tier. Master Spark, dude, do I even have to explain? The Beam of Death. That's S+. Beam of Hyper Death. Yep. Maxwell, you gotta get, it's kind of like perfect timing with this thing. It does 100 damage and flings the player into the sky. I'll put this at A tier. It's pretty good. Plus the Maxwell jump scare. Medkit. Here's the thing. Most people didn't know this, but whenever they do videos of like, how much health can I get from like eating like 1,000 consumable ports or something like that, they use like a medkit every 100 health. A medkit heals you for all of your health. So I'm putting this in S tier. Okay, Miami. Miami, plus 55 health, pretty nice. The Synergy with the, what is it called? Flying Guillotine, pretty good. I'll put this down here with, actually no, the health is nice, so I'll put this here with A. Okay, the Mine, here's the thing. You think Mine is as bad as the Infinite Warfare? No, people step on it more often than you think, because it's invisible, it blends in. So I'm actually putting this at A-, because 250 damage is a lot of damage. Okay, Name Tag. Name Tag is kind of a gamble. Once again, I'd actually put this at B tier. The plus 25 jump height with the Toast Name Tag is really good. The plus 4 movement speed with the Johnny Name Tag is decent. Plus a random axe. Voice crack. Plus a random axe. The Jeb and Dinnerbone Name Tag is useless. The Jeb one is cool because it makes your clothing rainbow, I guess. Okay, NoobTube. Noob. So, NoobTube, literally, you can use this for anything. Hilariously. So, S tier. Old speakers. The stun is really good with old speakers. Like all the tasing it does, so I'd put this at A+. Now the Pact. Dude, Pact, you could do anything with Pact. Are you serious? I put Pact in S+. No kidding. Okay, Parasol. Parasol, you don't really use it that much. Okay, Pegasus Boots. Pegasus Boots are actually really good miscellaneous. Not much to say. Pibble. The plus 2 movement speed is decent, and the slow healing is not that. It's whatever. For me, the plus 2 movement speed is pretty good. I'll put it at A-. That's fine. Okay, Pizza Rolls. Funny thing is, there's a Synergy with Microwave which cooks the pizza rolls and makes pizza rolls heal you for 25 each pizza roll instead of 10 or like 20 something, and it's really good. It's really helpful. Now the plan, this is the greatest plan, is S tier because it does like 500 damage if it hits somebody. Polish meal, it's kind of a trade-off because the more you drink it, the more you get infinitely poisoned. So I guess you could use it a good amount. I put it in A-. Yeah. Popeye's biscuit, the worst. No, this is the worst healing item. I'm moving granola bar up to D tier. Dude, this heals you for 5 health max. Turns you into dry bones. That's all it does. Okay, the POW block, you could counter it very easily. So I'm putting this in B tier. It's 60 damage is a lot, but okay, presidential key, you could do a lot of things with presidential key. So I'm actually gonna put this in S tier. Alright, the PSI forgive alpha. That symbol is alpha, right? Anyways, this is pretty good. I'll put this in A+. I don't have much to say about that. The psychic attack is A, very long cooldown. Okay, the radio, I won't put this at F or D because the radio actually plays music made by Aden Mayo, which is so fun to listen to. So I'm putting this in B tier. Okay, Rongo Workshop. I've only gotten this like twice. It's pretty cool to use. It looks really cool. It does a lot of damage, I think. I'll put this in A-. Reroll dice. You could just reroll your entire loadout. Put that at A-. It's fine. Solba Kick. This, for me, is a S. It's one of the best miscellaneous. Okay, the Roomba. Roomba is definitely going to be A+. It's good in all situations, honestly. Runner's Glove. Runner's Glove, S tier. 32 speed is insane. Okay, Sad Moyai. It's not too bad because it actually stuns players, like on an opposite team. So I'll put this at B+. Kind of a distraction. Scales of Horror. Teleport behind someone if they attack you. I think it's pretty cool. It's not that useful. I'll put it at B+. Okay, the Scroll. You could get any spell, including the Bound Shrieker. So I'm definitely putting the Scroll in S tier. Yeah. Okay, Shadow Clones. Shadow Clones for me is a B+. It's not that useful. Silly Gas. I remember when this got removed in TC because of how overpowered this was. But Silly Gas is always good in all situations. Juggernaut, Free for All. It used to be insane in TC though, even in Boss. So this is definitely a S for me. Silly Guitar. It makes some silly sounds. So D tier. It's not F tier because it actually does something. Skeleton Shoes, just like Casey Buck's coffee. Anyways, yeah. Slungus Meteor. Slungus Meteor, it's not that good. It's kind of hard to hit people with, so I'll put it in B tier. Smoke Grenade. In all situations, except for Free for All maybe, this is not that good. I'll put it in C tier. Okay, Snap. Here's the thing about Snap. You'd think it's useless, but it has a 1 in 1,000 chance to instantly kill everyone around you. So I'm gonna put this in B tier because it's a gamble. Okay, Sneakers. Sneakers, dude, that 36 speed, that plus 20 speed is insane. I'm putting that at A+. It's pretty cool. Speed. Speed is a good distraction against players, so I'd put this in A tier. Spider Stilts. This is good. The plus 25 jump height, the plus 3 movement speed, really good. Plus you're kind of hard to hit too, so that's definitely A+. Spockbo Popsicle. SpongeBob Popsicle. This is a C tier. It heals for a decent amount. It heals you for like 60 health max, probably. Or sorry, 75. Okay, Stick Horse. I actually love the Stick Horse. It's one of my favorite miscellaneouses. I'm not even kidding. It makes you so fast. Okay, the Stroller. controller. It's good for comboing people, I guess. It's not that fun to use though. D tier. Strong left. Strong left is good. Is a good close range weapon. That's definitely an A tier. Sunshine in a bag. This is like insane. Just like skeleton juice. Yep. Super jump punch. This is not that good. Although the 100 damage in that one like certain area that you hit somebody, it's pretty funny. Still, it's D tier. Okay, the button. Here's the thing about the button. When have you ever gotten the button in free-for-all? For the viewer that is watching to this point right now, have you ever gotten the button in a free-for-all match? Not kid, but free-for-all? I'm putting this in D tier. I've only gotten it in kit once. Like the where I pressed the button and killed everyone. That's it. So sad. Okay, the soy is actually a pretty good healing item. It heals you for like 90 health over a span of like 5 seconds. Bird. One of the key components to birding up. Speaking of bird, the +3 health is decent. So A-. Tiger drop. This is really good. I might actually, this is definitely the top of S tier. I'm not A trained. Train for me is S tier. I love using that weapon. Way too good. Okay, Travi Patine is actually a really good healing item. I'm putting this in A tier. Turtle, useless, plays music, but like not the radio. Okay, Ultra Instinct, dude. Ultra Instinct works with like everything. Are you kidding me? That's freaking S+. Okay, unrigged, yeah, F. Uppercut is, it's kind of hard to hit people with it. A-, uppercut. But the boss raid synergy with uppercut that you could get in kit is definitely an S for me. The way you could combo people is insane. Okay, unregistered hypercam. Drop someone's frames by like 40. Pretty good. That's B tier, I guess. Vuvuzela. You can knock back a lot of people. It's pretty good. Okay, warp. Click on someone. You just teleport behind them and hit them. It's pretty good. Okay, Wish Vest gives you from either 1 or to 100 extra health when using it. If you're lucky, is a S rank. Witch's Brew. This is a C tier. It's one of the worst healing items because it gives a chance to like light you on fire, to poison you, to curse you, to electrocute you. It's not that good. Okay, right. Insane knockback. I'm pretty sure. Pretty good. I think it's really good. Miscellaneous. I'll put this in A tier. Yo, mama. This is kind of just like right, but a little worse. Okay, you need to be like me. I don't have this perfect run item, but I remember using it against someone. Like getting it from a Fortnite card. It's way better than heart to heart. It does a lot of damage, so I'll definitely put this in S tier. Microphone wasn't working. Oh my god. How was my mic not working? Are you serious? Well, I guess you guys are seeing my rankings. I'm not explaining all of that again. Okay, house jump scare. S plus. Okay, leap of faith. Thing about this is it's cool because you could get it in a Fortnite card. It's not that useful though, so I'll definitely put it in B plus. Okay, Mad Handgun. Dude, Mad Handgun, if you've seen the damage on this thing, a headshot doing like what, 100, the fire rate is insane. You could like 2-tap people. That's S plus right there. Okay, Mad Noob's shotgun. Mad Noob shotgun is absolutely insane. I personally love this weapon so much. Although it's short range, this thing does so much damage no matter what. Okay, the Magnum. I don't remember using the Magnum ever. I'm pretty sure it does a lot of damage, I guess. So I'll put it in A tier. The Micro SMG. The Micro SMG is way too good. Fire rate, the damage, the magazine size, 50 bullets for such a yeah, it's amazing. Pixel rifle. So pixel rifle, you see pixel rifle, the damage is absolutely insane on that. Now registered hypercan. I remember using this a lot in private servers just to mess with my friends. It's cool because you can actually trick people out thinking like, oh, they have the unregistered hypercam effect on them, let's get them. No, it's just your character. It just affects your character and not your screen. So I find this pretty cool. Salamander. Salamander, cool thing about this, it's like a mix of Hound and Meteor, which is pretty overpowered. I put this in A plus. Shotgun. I've used this before in the Miami, Florida modifier of Asylum. This is definitely an A tier. The damage is cool. Actually, if I'm gonna put it with, where did I put the Magnum? Yeah, I'm gonna put it right above the Magnum. Suppress Mac 10. S plus. No further explanation. Super good. Now the table. The table is a slightly better couch. Although the couch has a bigger like hitbox thing, it can hit more people. But the table's still better just because it does more damage. Okay, Twilight. No kidding. S plus. Twilight is just way too good. Okay, now we're on to the holy weapons, the faith weapons. The cross. The cross is actually, I've never used it like correctly, so this is definitely B plus. I don't really like that. Okay, Garcia shotgun. Garcia shotgun does an insane amount of damage at close range, which is pretty good, so S tier. Alright, now we have the gun with one bullet. Now the gun with one bullet, it's a one-shot kill. Absolutely insane. I like it a lot personally, so S plus. And the scissors. Scissors, it's a good melee, I guess I would say. It's slightly better than the cross. It's way better than the cross, honestly. I'll put it in A tier. Okay, the Doomslayer weapons. So super shotgun. Super shotgun is A plus. The damage is really good. Plus the glory kill. The glory kill gives you extra health. So I'm definitely putting this in S tier. And the Doom chainsaw. It's kind of hard to hit people with this. That might just be a skill issue. It's good because it refills your super shotgun ammo whenever you get a kill with Doom chainsaw. Crucible. The Crucible is just a 100 damage kill swing. It's really good. Nothing much to say about that. Now, Rip and Tear. Rip and Tear is an entirely different story. Rip and Tear is just constant instant kills. It's way too good. It's such an overpowered like power that the dude can get. It's just super good. Okay, now we're on to the filibuster stuff. Philly slash. It's pretty good, I guess. Phoebe, be quiet. And we got the Philly orbs. I'm pretty sure they buffed this. That's why the Juggernaut's so good. So I'll definitely put this in A plus. Philly dash. It's just a dash, pretty simple. I'll put it with the slash, I guess. Okay, Hail Strength. You see, I'm not that good at Hail. I've only played as Hail like once out of like the hundreds of times I've played as Juggernaut. He's pretty good though. I bet you if I played with Hail more, I would get good at it. So Hail is definitely A tier. Okay, now the Red Mist. Mimicry. So, the more you play with Red Mist, it's actually one of the best Juggernauts. So I'm definitely putting Mimicry and Ego. Ego is the Red Mist ability, like to do like damage resistance. So that's S+ for me right there. I find Red Mist really good to use. Now Shade. So Shade, Purity, and Soul, I don't use Vessel. So I'm gonna put all of this in C tier. I'm sorry. Okay, now so Beta. All of Beta's attacks are all, for me, an S tier. They're all really fun to use. All the Ranger Essence is gonna be a step lower, just cause. Alright, now Mihawk's Yoru and his Leap ability. So Yoru, it's really good. I'm just not good with Mihawk, so I'm definitely putting this in A+. Personally. His leap is really good too, so still A+. Okay, now we're on to the Isle weapons. These are cool. Now the Assault Shotgun, I don't remember most of these. So they're all like insanely powerful because you just click on a player and they're most definitely dead. The Steel Sword though, the thing about the Steel Sword, I've never actually used it correctly. I know it's good because it just kills someone if you pull it out on them or something like that. I don't know. So I'll put this in B tier. All of the Isle weapons here, I'm gonna rate them. So Assault, all of the shotguns are an automatic S tier because they all do so much damage. Assault Shotgun, Tactical Shotgun, you name it, it's just all super good. Although the Double Barrel Shotgun, you gotta get really close to use that to its full advantage, but you know. Okay, now the Battle Rifle. I think it's just like a scoped rifle. I don't think I've used this, so A-. Bolt Action Rifle, I don't think I've used this before, so B+. Energy Lancer, it takes a while to shoot this thing, it's not that good. Okay, the Flamethrower at close range, this is an S tier, because it does so much damage. And the Garbage Revolver, I've never used this, but I know it's good because I've seen somebody use it, and it does a lot of damage. Now the Gatling Gun, it's just a minigun, S+. And Grenade Launcher, I don't think I've used this yet. Sounds good, so B+. Heavy Rifle, I don't think I've used this yet. Now the Light Machine Gun, kind of like the Gatling Gun, is an S+, because of the fire rate, the damage, it's just all really good. Now, Proton Cannon, I don't think I've used this either. I'll put that there. Revolver, it's inaccurate, but it's still good damage, so A-. Scope Rifle, A-. I don't think I've used that before. The Sniper Rifle, I don't think I've used any of the scoped weapons. The Submachine Gun I know is really good though, so that's definitely A+. The Tactical Pistol I think is an A for me, and the Suppressed Rifle is A. It's just like a one-click 33 damage thing. Okay, now Hellgate. This weapon, or sorry, this item has its own rarity, I guess. I don't really know what this is about. I don't know what it's from. But it could teleport you anywhere. So I'm putting this in S tier. So the basic Maul, just as a zombie, the normal attacks, pretty simple, A tier. Yeah, let me put this back down here. Okay. Yeah, now the Elemental Maul, which I think is the fire zombie, it's definitely better than the basic Maul, because it's the fire zombie. The Hunter Pounce. That's pretty good, just being the hunter. It's pretty good. The Kami Maw, which is the, I think the kamikaze zombie with the bomb. I guess it's like a normal zombie maw, I guess. The Rotwat Maw. The electric zombie maw, still the same. The Screamer Maw. As the zombie, it inflicts the curse debuff, so I'm definitely putting this in A+. And the Screamer Scream. Or sorry, wrong thing. The Screamer Maul is not that good. It's just the headbutt that does like 9 damage. It's not that good. Now the Scream is better though. So A-. The Shrieker, that's what it's called. The Shrieker inflicts the curse debuff, so I'm putting this in A+. And the Snatcher Tongue. So as the Snatcher, this is really good in ZS. Definitely. And the Spitter. The Spit is definitely A+ too. The SWAT Zombie Maul. I personally hate the SWAT Zombie. I'm putting this in B tier. The Tank Maul. Being the tank is the best, so S tier. Bear Traps. I've never seen it in action. I've only like placed one down in Murder Mystery. I've never seen it in like work in action, so I'm putting this in D tier personally. Cloak. You could just become someone that you killed. I find that pretty cool, so B+. Now Sense, you could just see every player on the entire map. That's A+. That's really good. And Shift, I don't know what Shift means. Wait, what? Shift and Cloak, what does that do? I'm gonna put that with B+. I don't know what Shift does. Sprint, it just gives you like +6 speed for a little bit. It's whatever, A-. Now get out. Okay, now we're into the hidden items. Get out of my head. So plus 25 health is pretty good, although it decreases your movement speed by 3 and your jump height by 5. So this is definitely an A-. The content deleted. It deletes you. F. Asyrus. So Asyrus is like a removed spell. It does 70 damage plus poison, which is a lot. So personally, if it was in the game, I'd put that in A tier. So Amogus. It's just literally Audacity, but Amogus. So B tier. It's kind of hard to hit with it too. Now the APC launcher. The APC launcher is just literally overpowered. So S+. It just shoots out 1,000 APCs. It's crazy. Now, Arson. It just lights people on fire forever. It doesn't do damage, though. It just inflicts the fire debuff, like, forever. So, I'd put this in C tier. Now, the Baby. It's D tier. It doesn't do that much. The Backup Plan. The Backup Plan, it's just literally plan, but way better. Where did I put plan at? I apologize. Backup Plan though, it's pretty cool. S tier. Okay, Body Pillow. Useless. The Bread Clip. The Bread Clip is so useless. It does like 2 damage with a fast fire rate, so that's F tier. The Bridge. It's crazy. A-. The Broom, it just flings people out of the map. So A tier. Now, Kara's Knife. Kara's Knife is just the real knife, but whenever you equipped it, it's fully leveled up. And the you can max out. You can't even max out the stats. The stats just keep on going. The fire rate is just constant. The damage increases without stopping. Now, the Settle as a miscellaneous. And a little worse, so A tier. Comically large pool noodle. Crazy hitbox, so A-. The cool ice sword thing. It's useless. It's not that good. B tier. Crack Lantern. This is kind of like Kara's Knife, but with the eye lantern. The stats just keep on stacking. There's no stopping. So this is definitely a S+. The Deep Shore Fossil. just changes any of the Legion Kata things. So that's pretty cool. I'll put that in S tier. And the defibrillators. I couldn't read that. Defibrillators. It does like 5 damage, I think. It's not that good. So C tier. Now the Dion Noodle. It does 70 damage, which is pretty high, so I'll put this in A+. The Dr. Pepper increases your speed by like what, 50? And gives you like plus 500 max health. It's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And the Dragon Deagle, literally S+, just the best weapon in the game, literally. Now the Fake Knife does nothing, F tier. Force 100 Nature, it just flings you at the map whenever you shoot it. It's pretty funny. I'll put it in A tier because I know it does a lot of damage. So yeah, A tier. The Gear 5 Barrage, I remember when this was in the game. When it was in the game, it was definitely an S tier, so S tier. Now the Goblet, I'm pretty sure it does nothing. And the Golden Knife, I think the Backstab, I don't know, this thing is not that good though. The Gummy Bear, useless, kind of like the Baby, although it plays audio. The Gun with more bullets, it's just gun with 1 bullet, but way better. Now Instant Death, it's literally Death Note, but infinite. So this is S+. Now Legacy Illusions, this thing looked so wonky and all the attacks were like weird, so I'm putting this in B. Now Legacy Crowbar, I don't know what's different about this. I'll put this in A-. Now Legacy Fuma, I don't know what that does, C tier. Legacy Keyblade, it's just a worse version of the Keyblade, maybe, so B+. Legacy Poser's Katana, it's kind of like the current Poser's Katana, but like worse, so A-. The Moon is an S tier in kit, because that's the only way you could get it in game is kit, so that's definitely S tier. It's pretty crazy. The Moyai does nothing. Okay, the Nap Gummies, you eat it, you fall asleep, it's a pretty funny item, D tier. The Fish Button, I don't know what this is this just the portable Don't Touch Me? I don't know what the Fish Button does. Now the portable Don't Touch Me, it just kills everyone when you press it, so S tier. The Ray Gun, literally when this was in the game, everybody hated it, so F tier. Rigged and Textured Brick, it's just the unrigged and untextured, so it's just that but better, so D tier. Romania, it's an infinite borrow, you could just infinitely steal from people, that's pretty cool. I'll put that in A-. Now the RPG has a big area of effects and it does 100 damage, so that's definitely S tier. The Slungus pet, it's just a permanent Slungus buddy, so that's pretty cool. A-. Now Source 2, it's just a light source. Most people don't know this, but Source 2 is actually the light source for birding up, so this actually counts with birding up. This would normally be a D tier, but it's a C tier because of that bird up thing. Sussy Beverage, it's just the Scrumptious Beverage, but infinite, I guess, which is a lot of damage, so I'll put that in A+. Now the Copy, whatever, it's just the man, but infinite, plus it plays that music. The Men, it's just a barrage of the mans, so B tier, I guess. The Men on a Leash, B tier. The Treehouse, I'm pretty sure it's better than the Bridge. It still does a lot of damage. So, okay, the SAR Bomb, however you say that. It's that's definitely S+ tier, just cause it's the bomb but better. You can get it in kit. Okay, the unstoppable train. I find this item really fun to use in like private servers because it's just train but infinite. Basically, it's really fun. Now, vaulted star platinum. I've never used this, so B tier. Wake up, plus 10 health. Simple. I remember when this was in the game too. That plus 10 health was very simple. Zenith. So Zenith, it does a lot of damage, but it stays on your character, and it's like it takes up a lot of space. I don't know why this is even in the game, but B plus though. Okay, now we're into the private server thing. Okay, Billy summon. I think this is one of those weird, gross creatures. So C tier. Bob summon, voice crack. Bob summon, voice crack again. The Bob summon, it just summons Bob. Simple. Dallas, it's kind of like Billy. Invisibility debug, it's useful for like YouTube videos maybe. Gene summon, it just summons Gene himself. That's pretty funny. Combat dummy summoner, just like what I said earlier in the video. This is an A tier. Presidential dummy, I don't know, this is just in here. We'll just put this in. We'll just put this right next to. We'll put in A minus, I guess. No. Oh my God, voice crack. We'll put it with the combat dummy summoner because it's just literally the same thing. Finally, the stat editor. You can make your damage 9,999. You can make your health 10 million. Whatever. It's still S tier because you could edit whatever. Okay, guys, this is my final tier. This is my final tier list. S plus, S, A plus, A minus, almost read vampirism, I don't know why. B plus, B, C, D, and F for freaking trash. Alright. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you guys care about this tier list, please leave a like. If you're offended by my opinion, please leave a dislike and comment your honest opinion. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see Aden Asylum content, then please comment down below. And if you want to see more content from me, and if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. Thank you. I try my best to edit my videos. I try my best to put them out quickly, I guess. So thank you guys for watching.